I've been personally been very concerned about the reservation of quota because we don't have many supporters for that. If you could please elaborate a little bit and talk about the value of reservation of quota.
It is very controversial, but at the same time it is very popular right now. And this is my research area. Right now there are 52 countries in the world who has gender quotas by law, or could be electoral law and the constitution. And there are 50 additional countries in which some political parties themselves have made rules about how many women and men should be on the electoral list. And if you add those two, it's about 100 countries in the world. That means half of the countries in the world are today operating some kind of gender quotas. And this is very new. This has happened recently, the last 10, 15 years. If everything was fair in your country, I would not argue for quotas. But if you have a male dominance in politics, if the political institutions are not sufficiently inclusive, I think gender quotas could be a good temporary thing to do in order to have much more women, because we can't go on with male-dominated politics anymore. That is old-fashioned and it is not democratic.
I've been hearing a lot of criticism against this reservation of quota, and one of the arguments that people have been using is that democracy is supposed to be choice through merit basis, and critics also say that it's an insult to the intelligence of women to be given quota reservation, and you seem just the person who can help me respond.
I think you have to ask, what is the diagnosis of women's underrepresentation? Why are women underrepresented? It's a very simple question, but the answer is extremely important for your strategy, right? So some people would say, oh, we have so few women in politics because women are not qualified, or because women don't vote for women, etc. And I think it's wrong. There are enormous amount of qualified women, also from civil society organizations out there. I mean, I don't know, how many members do you have of the parliament in Bhutan?
14%.
Yeah, but how many members, total number of members?
74.
74? Is that the whole parliament?
Right.
Have they only 74?
Right.
Oh, so you need about 30, 40 qualified women.
Right.
Of course you have that.
Yes.
Of course you have that, right?
Yes, yes.
So I think that so many people are having the wrong diagnosis. It is not, you shouldn't blame the women. So my diagnosis is that women, this is the political parties and the electoral system, the political institutions, were not sufficient inclusive. And we should change the focus from blaming women to blaming the political institutions, right? Why are they not more inclusive? Why are they not? Because there are women out there, but they don't search for them. And I think that the demand for women also makes a supply, right? I know many women are reluctant to come forward, but that's because they are not being seriously asked over a long time, giving the first task and the next task and the next task, starting maybe at a local level and some grassroots organization. So I think that as long as we have a situation in which men recruit other men, I call that the old boys network. I have no problem about saying that is what it is. I can see you agree.
Yes, absolutely.
When you have, this is a diagnosis, that the political parties, institutions, they have a homosocial recruitment. Men recruit other men, because most of the political leaders are men. Then I would say that gender quotas is not discrimination of men, but it is a kind of compensation for the discrimination that women meet. For the present discrimination and the future discrimination. So I cannot accept that this is undemocratic. I think it's very undemocratic to have male dominance. I think today, also UN declarations would say that a democratic society is which in which you have gender balance, more or less, right? That is democracy. And the argument that it's embarrassing for women, then it should be extremely embarrassing for all the men members of parliament, shouldn't it? That they have been selected and nominated and put at the top of the lists because they were men, right? Ask them, isn't that embarrassing? So, no, I don't buy that argument.